Cheaster Bennington was born in Phoenix, Arizona on March 20th, 1976. Bennington had a very rough childhood. He became very lonely and hardly had any friends. It was this loneliness that slowly started feeding his passion for music. In 1933, he became a part of a small local band titled Sean Dowdell and His Friends. That same year, he left the band and joined another called Gray Days as lead singer.
Bennington eventually found an outlet through his first band, Gray Days, marking the beginning of a music career that went on to inspire millions. Unfortunately, it wasn't a completely smooth start, and he looked for an escape in drugs, reaching the point where he was abusing meth, opium, and LSD before he'd even hit age 17. In a 2011 interview with The Guardian, he said, "I remember that stuff happening to me at that stage, and even thinking about it now makes me want to cry."
Cheaster eventually grew unhappy with the band and left them in the late 90s due to creative differences. At age 23, he moved to Los Angeles and joined an unknown band called Zero. Warner Brothers refused to sign the band on 3 times before reluctantly signing them on in 1999. And that's when Cheaster changed the band's name to the well-known Linkin Park. Unfortunately, around this time, Bennington was essentially homeless, only living out of his car. Therefore, he put all that he had into the band. His effort paid off though. In 2001, their first album released titled Hybrid Theory, becoming the best-selling album of the year.
It starts with one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. I find the answers aren't so clear. Wish I could find a way to disappear. All these thoughts, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away. Over and over again. Just like before.
On May 18, 2007, the world mourned the loss of former Soundgarden singer Chris Cornell, who was a great friend of Bennington's.
Bennington and Linkin Park guitarist Brad Delson performed Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah at Cornell's funeral, and Bennington penned a heartbreaking letter to Cornell saying, "I'm still weeping with sadness, as well as gratitude for having shared some very special moments with you and your beautiful family. I can't imagine a world without you in it. I pray you find peace in the next life." Bennington was clearly deeply affected by the suicide of his close friend and fellow musician, and the world found a new reason to mourn soon after.
Tragically, the loss of Cornell was too much for Cheaster, and it pushed him over the edge. About 2 months later, on July 20th, Cheaster Bennington's body was found hung in a building in the Palos Verdes estates in California. The death of one of the most talented musicians affected millions.